Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So for you guys today, I have a season 10 settings video. Now I've done one of these in season 9 and I got so many requests to do another one, so I'm doing another one for season 10. I might be doing this every single season, we'll see. My settings barely changed, so if you watch the season 9 one, you probably already know most of these. I explained them in pretty much in depth, and I will do it again in this video. Before we get into it, for the people that don't know me, these are my stats on screen. I'm the #1 Bloodhound in Apex Legends currently. Now this doesn't mean I'm the best, but I have the highest stats on Bloodhound currently. And for the people that do know me, welcome back. I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me so much. Another thing I want to go over before we get into the video and do the settings, there are some changes that are going to be happening on the channel. Again, you guys saw that I switched to Twitch, so anybody that wants to go follow me there, please go follow me on Twitch. And for the people that already follow me there, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys tune in the streams. We're pushing for partner right now, and I need all the support I can get. But apart from that, the last thing I want to talk about before we get into the video is that I got a new PC and I paid $4,000 for this thing. All right, it is an absolute monster that can run absolutely anything. I'm getting a new camera, I'm getting a new everything, so I will be bringing you guys some content with better editing, better quality, better everything. So I'm doing all of this for you guys, and I'm spending a lot of money so that you guys can get some better content out of me, and I hope that you guys do enjoy. So without further ado, get right into the settings. I know I talk a lot, but I apologize for that. So for the first setting, the interact prompt style. Now this, there's not really any reason to have it on default unless you're new at the game and you're just learning it. This basically displays the amount of information about a gun or an attachment that you see on the floor. I have it on compact so that it doesn't impair my vision while I'm in a fight. So let's say there's a gun on the floor and there's not like this huge box that pops up with like the entirety of the gun. You can have it on default if you're still learning the guns, but I'd say compact wherever you know what guns and what's in the game. Now the button hints. This, same thing as prompt style. You guys want to have this off if you already know the buttons. If you have it mechanically down, you instinctively press the right buttons. I'd have this off. Again, it's just visual clutter. You don't need it on your screen. If you guys are still learning the game, I would put it on. It tells you which button to press for like which ability or what to switch guns or to reload. Again, no reason to have it on if you know the game, but if you're still learning, feel free to keep it on. Now, it is helpful for the newer players. You guys still need it. No shame in that, guys. Just keep it on. It's not a big deal. For Crossfire damage feedback, again, there is absolutely zero reason. Now this doesn't, even if you know the game, there's no reason to have this off or on X. It basically, when you hit somebody, it's going to tell you X, and then with their shield icon, so purple, gold, red, whatever they have. Now if you have this on X or on off, I don't know who hurt you or what's going on in your life, but just put it back with shield icon and X. It's going to tell you when you hit somebody and what shield they have. Damage numbers, I have this on both. Again, this is for the more like, this is just a preference. I have it on both because I like to know what I hit somebody for and the total of how much I'm hitting them for. Again, for floating and stacking and all that. If you have it off, it's not going to tell you the damage numbers. Again, I don't know why you'd have this off. For stacking, it just tells you how much you're hitting them for in total without giving you individual numbers. And for floating, it's just the individual numbers, and you have to do the math for how much you're hitting them for. I like to see both, see how much I'm hitting them for, and see how much I hit them for total. So again, preference, but go with whatever you're more comfortable with. For the ping opacity, I honestly don't see a reason to have this on default. Again, faded is just fine. Is if ever you look towards the ping will be a little faded again, allowing you to see through and what's through. As a Bloodhound, this helps me a lot, especially with the amount of tracks I see. But for any ping, whether it be enemy there or just a regular ping, you don't want that to be blocking your entire vision. I'd have it on faded. You see them just fine. Obituaries, this is the kill feed. Again, no reason to have this off apart from visual clutter. I keep it on because I like to know what's going on in that game. It helps me time my third parties in rank. Again, this is just part of the game. If you say you don't third party, you're lying. It helps me know what's going on, who has what guns, what I'm going into. This generally helps me out. I'd say keep it on, but again, preference. Mini map rotation, same thing. This is a preference. I like to have it off because I learned the map a specific way. If you have this on, your arrow will stay straight while the map will rotate around it as you turn your character. If you have it off, again, your character will be the one rotating and the map will be in a set rotation. I learned the map with the rotation off. It helps me know where everything is at again in my rotations. So I'd suggest having it off, but if you prefer it on, that's completely fine. Keep it on. Now, weapon, auto cycle, and empty. There is no reason to have this off whatsoever. When your gun runs out of ammo, you want to automatically switch to your other gun. There is no reason for you to keep an empty gun in your hand, especially if you don't know you're about to run out. If you have this on and you think your flatline's full, it empties out and automatically switch to like an R9. You'll be so thankful that you have this setting on. Just trust me on this one. Auto sprint, this is depending on your controller or mouse and keyboard for the people out there. I have it on because my controllers often break because of the amount of grinding time I can put in the game. My controllers break all the time, so auto sprint is a blessing for me. But again, if you want more control over your movement, I'd suggest having this off. But if you have breaking controllers, I'd suggest keeping it on. Double tap, no reason to have this on. Again, it's a preference. But if you have to double tap to sprint, you're probably already dead by then, because you're busy spending like your entire decade of your life pressing your button twice to run. I wouldn't put this on, but again, if you want to have it on, keep it on. Your jetpack control, now this is 10 times better on hold. Reason being, if ever you want to wall jump or anything, you have so much more control with hold than toggle. This, you cannot wall jump, you cannot do a bunch of movement mechanics just because it is on toggle. Such as just putting this on hold. For the incoming damage feedback, 3D is the best one that I've seen. Both just clutters your screen, and 2D just is not clear enough. I suggest having this on 3D. Now, taking damage up close, closes the death spot crafting menu. Now, this can be good for newer players to have it on, but if ever you are practicing your armor swaps or something, let's say you're in a box and you're armor swapping and somebody shoots you and you have this on, for example, it'll take you out the box. You're gonna fuck up your shield swap and you're gonna die. I'd suggest having this off for the more experienced players, so that you know when to get out of the box. You know when you're getting shot at. You can hear when somebody's pulling up. It's just better for shield swaps and for just having control over your game. I'd suggest having this off. But again, if you're not like the fastest reaction time player, I'd suggest having this on, just because it'll help you out with your getting out of that box and getting to cover. The hop-up pop-up, there's no reason to have this off. It just gives you information on some of the hop-ups in the game. Streamer mode, again, no reason to have this off, or no reason to have this on, or killer or anything, unless you're like Asu or Timmy. There's literally no reason to have this on. Now, anonymous mode and usage sharing. For the anonymous mode, I have mine enabled because I get name chased a lot. But again, there's no reason to have it on. It doesn't change anything to your gameplay, so put it on, put it off. It's your preference. Usage sharing, I suggest having this on because you're gonna know what's wrong with your game if there is something wrong with your game, whether it be your ping, your frames, your packet loss, anything, so you could fix it quickly. And it helps EA to just fix their game. So I'd suggest having this on 100%. Cross-platform, don't turn it off. Yeah, I don't even think you could turn it off. Yeah, you can't. Performance display, same thing as usage sharing. Actually, performance display is usage sharing. I mixed both of them up. This helps you with your settings. This will basically put your whole like performance display on the top right of your screen, so you can see your ping, your choke, your in and out packet loss. So that was the one I was explaining for usage sharing, and usage sharing is the opposite. This helps EA with the bugs and everything to fix their game. Club invites, again, no reason to disable this unless you get spammed by like your friends with club invites. Now, the colorblind mode, the only ones I've seen is off, and Trinitopia, I think is the right way to pronounce this. This is literally if you're colorblind for some colors, I'd suggest turning this on. But apart from that, I keep it off. I don't even like the sides to look yellow, which is why people use this one, so that sides look yellow. Apart from that, no other reason to turn this off. Subtitles off. I feel like it's just a screen clutter, and this is just all the text to chat things. These are not really useful. For my controller, I'm on default. I play claw, so I keep my buttons on default, and If ever you are on knock claw and you don't have paddles, I'd suggest using button puncher. This will help you with your crouch spam and just your movement in general, but apart from that, I keep mine on default. What else did I change? Everything else is pretty much on the regular. My menu cursor speed is at the middle, my sensitivity is 5.4, and I'm on a classic response curve. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the movement and just regular dead zones in general. My dead zones are on small, and my dead zones are on none. This gives you the maximum control over your aim. Basically, what dead zones do is how much you need to press or push your stick for your controller to record it. Having them on small and none allows you to do micro adjustments to your aim and whatnot, while you would need to do bigger motions if ever you had them on large or big or whatever you want to call them. So I'd suggest keeping them on the lowest possible unless you have stick drift. If you have stick drift, put them to where you do not have a drift anymore. That is what dead zones are for. The other one I wanted to talk about is the response curve. You can either use classic. If ever you use linear is the other one I see that is very popular. I'd suggest putting it at a lower sense. Not lower sense, your dead zone's a little higher, because it is more of a smooth aim while classic is a little more blocky. I feel like linear helps a lot with movement as it's a lot more smooth, and classic is a lot more for people that like to perfect their aiming. But again, it's up to a personal preference. My survival slot button is on because I don't want to heirloom span. And apart from that, these two, I don't know why you'd have this on hold and this on toggle. Hold for aim, crouch, toggle. Actually, this, if you have it on hold, this might help with your crouch spam or just your crouching abilities. But then again, I like toggle because yesterday, for example, I was running with Mad Bro, the #1 Pathfinder, and he said word for word, "Shit, I can't raise you here. They have a Kraber and my crouch is on hold." So he couldn't crouch behind the beacon and it fucked up the entire respawn. So I keep mine on toggle. That's about it. For the video, my field of view is at 110 and my brightness is in the middle. I don't really know what these do, and the shake is again, it's just visual clutter. It makes your screen shake for nothing. Keep it on minimal. My audio is not really important, to be honest. But yeah, these are basically my settings. This video was a little more casual than the other was very formal. This one I sort of like went over all my settings just like casually. This is just a one take video. I'm literally just recording this at midnight. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are happy now that I have my settings, because apparently settings are very important to people. And I hope this helps. So again, don't forget to subscribe, to like. I have other videos. I just dropped a 7,000 damage game, so make sure you go check that out. We're live every day on Twitch, so make sure you go check out the Twitch. The link's gonna be in the bio, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.